Hello and welcome back. This is episode 23 of my Realignment 2028 series, and we are the expansion team Oakland A's, and we have finally made it to the World Series. This is the 2032 season playoffs. We're up against the Dodgers. Yeah, this should be a great series. In case you're wondering, um, because I was curious, and maybe other people are curious too. We finished with the same record, the exact same record. I don't know how often that happens between, AL and NL teams, but if that is the case, like, who gets home field advantage in the World Series, right? When teams have the exact same record, normally it's the team with the better record, I believe, and so I looked up playoff tiebreakers, and first is the head-to-head record. And if you look here, A's and Dodgers, we did not play a series against each other this year, so does not apply. And so then the next tiebreaker is games within your division, your total record for games within your division. So I went ahead and added all these up. We went 9-5 against Arizona. We went 10-4 against the Vegas Raiders, and we went 8-6 against the Angels for a total of 27-15. That was our combined record. And maybe I'll put this on screen too if I remember to add some text or something here. And the Dodgers in their division, they went. Let's see, where's the Dodgers? Dodgers 7-7 against San Diego, 9-5 against Colorado, and 10-4 against San Francisco, which means they had a 26-16 record in their division. So by one game, we get the tiebreaker over them. Just goes to show every game matters. But yeah, let's get into game one here, the actual series. This should be a good one. Okay, game one here. We are going with our left-handed lineup against the left-handed Minhan Rowe pitching in game one. And for us, that looks like Volpe leading off, Martinez in left field, Kinney at first, DeJesus at DH, PCA batting fifth in center field. Wade Shelley gets the start in right field over Roman Anthony. Patrick Bailey also starts at catcher over Austin Wells, who does not hit lefties well. Justin Grant gets the start at third, and Santana is our shortstop batting ninth. And their lineup today, Zach Neto, he, is very solid, has been solid for a long, long time. Definitely a dangerous hitter. Ryan Reckley looks okay. Moises Bolivar, 4.4 WAR on the season. He's 25 years old. He's probably their most dangerous hitter, and yeah, he's been hot in the playoffs as well. So definitely look out for him. Craig Erickson, also hot in the playoffs. Doesn't have a ton of WAR on the season, but maybe missed some games due to injury, perhaps, or I'm not sure, but looks to be a very solid hitter as well. Emil Morales playing third. He looks decent. Mookie Betts still hanging on at age 40 here. Negative 1.2 WAR for the season, but he's still Mookie Betts, so we will respect him. Logan O'Hop playing catcher, 2.2 WAR. Not bad for a catcher, although he has not been hitting well in the playoffs. Justin Crawford, center field, pretty good defensive center fielder, not so great offensively. And then Javier Torres looks like a prospect who just got called up from AAA at the end of this season, and was good in AAA, not as great in limited time, and has struggled so far in the playoffs. So he is right field today, and Minhan Rowe is their pitcher. You know, pretty solid numbers overall. Looks to be a yeah ace quality pitcher with 4.3 WAR on the season, just shy of 4 ERA. Strikes out a lot of guys, doesn't walk a ton of guys. Yeah, and we've got Bello on the mound today, who's been great in the playoffs so far. You know, only one earned run across 12 innings in his 2 starts. Let's see if he can put up similar numbers here today as we head in to game number 1. All right. And Bello will face Nito to lead off, and he strikes off. And Ryan Reckley will bat next. And yeah, that's a out straight to Justin Grant. And quick 2 outs in the inning as Moises Boulevard will step in. And that'll fall into right field for a hit. So they do get a man on with 2 outs. And Craig Erickson will bat. And he strikes out. Nice job getting out of that there. And yeah, we'll head to the bottom of the first as Volpe will bat. And Volpe gets a leadoff hit into center field. And that's what we like to see. O'Hop, not a particularly great arm. Volpe definitely a threat to steal. Let's see if he looks to get into scoring position here. As Martinez hits a little ground ball in front of the plate, they throw to second, see if they get Volpe. They do, so that's a fielder's choice. And so still 1 on, 1 out for Cooper Kinney, who strikes out. And DeJesus, who can really hit lefties, and he really hits that one far, but unfortunately right at Torias, who makes the catch to end the inning. Bello back out to face Morales. And that ball is crushed and gone a mile out of here. Okay. That is a 378 feet blast, and the Dodgers take the lead 1-0. Mookie Betts pops one up. Santana jogs in and makes the play. No problem there. And Logan O'Hop will bat next. Strikes out. And Crawford up to bat next. And he hits one right to PCA for the 3rd out of the inning. And yeah, we're still down 1-0. But PCA up to bat here. And hits one down the right field line fair. That's extra bases with his speed. And yeah, he gets to second base. No problems there. With a double. And Wade Shelley at the plate. Hits it to the shortstop side. They go for the out at third. And they do get the out at third. So Shelley induces the out at third, and strikeout there by Bailey. So Grant will bat with 2 outs in the inning. As the steal is on for Shelley, and Shelley does get the steal, so at least he puts himself in scoring position if Grant can get a hit here. Grant cannot get a hit here. He strikes out to end the inning. So still 1-0. And Torias will bat. I assume that's Torias. And Torias walks. It's his first walk of the game. And the top of the lineup will bat next as Nito steps in. And that's playable for PCA. And that ball is through for a base hit. So some runners on with 1 out, first and second. And Moises Boulevard will bat. And that is over the head of Volpe into the outfield for a base hit. They do get it back in quickly enough to hold the runner at third, so now we have bases loaded. Craig Erickson up to bat. Let's see if Bello can get out of this jam here. He cannot. He walks in a run. Oh, man. So, 2-0 now. Morales will bat next. And that is hit deep to left field. That might be gone, and it is. Oh, I mean, I wasn't pulling Bello at 50 pitches there. That's just unfortunate. Yeah, they blew this game wide open at 6-0. And it's the second out. Yeah, but the damage is already done as the inning will end here, but they score 5 off a grand slam. And we need some runs in a bad way. Not getting it there as Santana strikes out. Ooh, Volpe gets hit. So that's one way to get on, I suppose. Martinez strikes out. Cooper Kinney. He strikes out? No, he checked his swing. So inning will continue for De Jesus. He's got power. Let's see what he can do. And he does muscle that ball, dropping in for a hit into left field. And they send the runner. Volpe slides and is safe. So we do get one run there. Let's see if PCA can keep the inning going. That's hit to center, but up enough for Crawford to grab it. But bring it a little closer. It's 6-1. As Bello will come back out. The damage is kind of already done here, so he will pitch until he's tired, I think. Or if they start to get any base runners here, as they do get a base runner here. Yeah, I think now at the top of the inning, in the interest of keeping this close, Bello's day is probably done here. Yeah, not a great start. Mainly just the Grand Slam. But got into a lot of trouble before that to get into that position. So, yeah, it's a rough one, but what can you do? Let's go to. Chris Arden, I think, might be the play here. With a 6-1 deficit, I think that's a good call as he induces the ground ball double play. All right. So that retires the side. And still 6-1. So we still need some offense here. Rowe is only at 58 pitches and dealing as Shelley doesn't get that one out of the infield. But he runs hard and forces them to make the play. Let's see what Patrick Bailey can do. As he hits one to shallow right, but playable for Tarias. And Grant will hit next. Strikes out. That's the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Reckley will bat. And that's hit into right field for a base hit, dropping in front of Shelley. And Moises Bolivar will bat. I think this will probably be Arden's last batter, and then we'll go to the lefty. No throw by Bailey to allow Rackley to get to second base. And that drops in for a hit. Let's see if they send the runner. They do. And it's 7-1. Okay. So we'll bring in Chris Bourgeois will pitch. Strikes out. And Morales grounds into the double play there to end the inning, but they get another run. It's 7-1. Wow. All right. Santana bats next, and it does not get the ball out of the infield. Volpe is 1 for 1 today. One of the few bright spots on offense for us here, but does not have a ton of success there as Crawford pulls that in. Martinez strikes out on the 0-2 pitch. And that's another 1-2-3 inning. Our offense struggling today against a very tough pitcher. Bourgeois will stay out to face Betts, O'Hop, and Crawford. And he walks Betts. Strikes out O'Hop. And that looks like a potential double play as Volpe gets 1 and they turn 2. Nice job there. We've turned a lot of double plays. I think that's 3 consecutive innings with a double play. We'll take it for sure. As Rose still out there, only 78 pitches heading into the 6th. And it's a little tapper in front of the plate, and Kinney grounds out for the first out of the inning. DeJesus 1 for 2 today. And draws the walk as PCA will bat. That looks like a potential double play. They get 1, but with his speed, they can't get PCA at first. So still alive here in the inning as Wade Shelley will step into bat. And Shelley muscles 1 through into center field for a base hit as PCA goes for third. Shelley going for second. Oh, Shelley, you can't make the last out of the inning there. That's a base running blunder if I ever saw one. All right. We're going to stick with Bourgeois here. Then probably go to Tobias, our long reliever, after that. Who's actually been pretty good in limited sample size. Also in blowout games, but, pretty low leverage. But I think this is pretty low leverage as well, as Rackley will face the lefty, and Bourgeois, solid relief there. We'll see what Bailey can do as Rose still in the game at 92 pitches. You have to imagine this is his last inning, most likely. Let's see if we can knock him out of the game here. Strike 3. Rowe now at 97 pitches. He might even come out here after Grant. All right. I rarely pinch hit for Santana, but I think this might be a scenario where we do this just to try to get some kind of spark going here. Zimmerman will bat. As Rose at 104 pitches. And Zimmerman hits one into shallow left field for a base hit. And that knocks Rowe out of the game. So we do get to their bullpen here, as Volpe will bat next against the lefty. And that drops in for a hit. So manufacturing a little bit of offense here with 2 outs. Martinez hits lefties well. Let's see what he can do here. He's 0 for 3 today. And that's hit well, but no, it does drop into left field. So a run will score as Zimmerman slides home safe. We bring it a little closer. It's 2-7, 7-2, whatever you want to say. Cooper Kinney. Okay, so our lefties lineup, yeah, we'll stick with Kinney here. As he hits one into right field, so we keep the inning alive. That might score a run too. No, they hold Volpe at third. So bases loaded, 2 outs for DeJesus, who is 1 for 2 today. Can the rookie, is he still technically a rookie? Second-year player, deliver in the clutch here. And he can. That's it. Single. That'll score 2 runs, I think. Nice job there. DeJesus coming through, and it's now 7-4. We have a little bit of life here in the 7th as PCA will bat. And that is through for a hit. We are just manufacturing offense with 2 outs here. The throw is offline. Bolivar. Oh, DeJesus injured on the play. Able to shake it off. Okay, so that does end the inning. DeJesus trying to stretch it, but yeah, it's 7-5. So that all started with the pinch hit for Santana. And man, you got to pull the right levers, I guess. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is let's see. I think Kitty can't really play third base. I know I want Volpe at shortstop. Grant will play second. He can play a passable second. We need a third baseman, so either Kinney will have to step in and play third and Zimmerman at first, or I bring in Cutter Coffee to play third. I think we'll just do Kinney at third for now, for the sake of leaving some guys on the bench for pinch hitting purposes. And let's see, so who's good against, I think Sieber is good against both righties and lefties, so he will get the ball here in a 2-run game, trying to keep it close. As we have some life here. Oh, the ball is dropped by Zimmerman. No. Yeah. Dang, Zimmerman. Or the throw is offline by Kinney, one of the two. So that's, yeah, the defense coming into play here. Let's see if we can get around that as left center fly ball. No problem there for Martinez. Morales will bat next. He's got 2 home runs today. And he's got another hit as that ball will drop into center field. So, first and second with one out. Mookie Betts up. He's 0 for 2. I think he has a walk today. He strikes out there. Nice job by Sieber. Let's see if we can get O'Hop, the catcher, who's 0 for 3 today. Make that 0 for 4, and they get out of the inning without giving up a run. And so, now Rosado will face Shelley, and against righties, I think we maybe look to make another move here, as Anthony will bat for Shelley here. And he walks. So, base runner is on. Bailey is 0 for 3 today, which means that Austin Wells is coming into pinch hit for him. And Wells pops it up there for the first out of the inning. Grant will bat for himself, I believe. We do have Brett Beatty still in reserve. Maybe for Kinney or Zimmerman. Yeah, we could bat for Zimmerman and move Kinney back to first. I think that'll be the play. As Grant strikes out. And yeah, so Beatty will step in to bat here for Zimmerman. And he hits one. Oh, looked like that might get through. Oh, but they drop the pitch. It gets away from the first baseman, and runners advance. Second and third now, as we've got life still here in the 8th. What a key error. Let's see if Volpe can knock him in here. As he hits one. Oh, but playable for the first baseman. Okay, so no damage from the error, as they still lead 7-5. Alright, so yeah, Roman Anthony will stay in and play left field. Martinez moves to right. We're basically going with our right-handed lineup now, as Beatty plays third, Kinney shifts back to first, and Sieber will stay in the game to face Crawford, Tarias, and Nito. Oh, flubbed by Grant as he can't find the handle. And strikeout for Sieber there, as Neto Wells lets the ball get away, and that'll put the runner in scoring position. As we wait for Wells to slowly walk back to the plate. All right. And that's hit well to center field, but playable for PCA. All right, and Sieber facing Reckley. I think this will be Sieber's last batter. And he strikes him out. Nice job. Well, I mean, it will be his last batter unless we get 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, but we've got Martinez, Kinney, DeJesus up to bat. Let's see what they can do against a tough closer, Rosado. Trying to get the 6-out save here, I believe. Yeah. Let's see if we can just keep this inning alive and force them to either go to another guy or, get them tired. But we're down to our last out. But DeJesus has been clutch. Let's see if he can keep the inning and the game alive here. And he cannot, as that is playable for the third baseman. So we made this a game, but ultimately fall short can't. It's hard to come back from a grand slam and a 6-0 lead, but we sure made it interesting. Yeah, bullpen was great. Bello had a very rough outing, rough inning really in the third. Yeah, and yeah, I don't have much else to say besides that. Rosado does get the uh, 6-out save. Wright comes in and gives up a ton of runs. Yeah, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Makes Rowe's line look a lot worse than it probably should have been. He had 9 strikeouts in this game and 2 walks. Yeah, and we faced Garrett Crochet in game 2. So yeah, this is a tough team. It's a tough team to beat. But we also have a good team. Let's see if we can split here in game 2. All right, let's get into game number 2 here. Yeah, we've got a matchup today that does not really favor us with Garrett Crochet on the mound, and yeah, he's going to be a tough one to beat. But we have Sandy Alcantara, who, in his last game put up a gem, I'd say. 6 innings pitched, only 1 hit, no earned runs. The only reason he left that game at 87 pitches was because we were down or only up 1-0. So, yeah, let's see if he can pitch another one like that today. I did make a few lineup tweaks too. Justin Grant has been cold, so we're going to give Cutter Coffee a chance to start at third today. And then I wanted Gerald Zimmerman's bat in the lineup because he's been doing pretty well in limited production. So he plays DH today, and De Jesus will shift to left field, Martinez in right field, and Wade Shelley will rest today. So other than that, same lineup as yesterday. And they appear to be rolling out largely the same lineup as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. Game number 2. Let's see if we can tie this series up 1-1. Definitely don't want to go back to LA down 2-0. So let's see how this one goes. And opening batter is struck out, and can't ask for a much better start than that. And PCA laying out for that one. That's elite defense right there. And Bolivar draws a walk. So they do have a man on here with 2 outs. And that one's popped up and playable for the catcher, Bailey. I debated putting Wells in the lineup today, but he's just been very bad against left-handed pitching, despite being our hottest hitter in the playoffs. So he will get a pinch hit opportunity at some point during the game. It'll just be a matter of when makes the most sense. Ooh, as he's hit by that one. All right, so we do get a man on through hit by pitch. And let's see if Cooper Kinney can take advantage of that. That's a grounder to the right side of the infield. Nah, it's far enough over where they can't get the double play, but Martinez does advance to second. De Jesus has been hot, but not there. He strikes out. So let's head to the second. Strikeout there for Alcantara. Mookie Betts drives one. That one might get over PCA's head, and it does. Gets to the wall. I think that's extra bases for Mookie Betts. And again, I forgot to mention it, I think, in this episode, but I looked at it at the end of last episode. Ohtani retired at the end of last year, so despite putting up 2 WAR for the season as DH, he is not on their team anymore. Dodgers, despite that, still won 97 games. A nice play there by Coffee. Sorry about that. PCA will hit. And that looks like it'll get down for a hit into right field. So leadoff runner is aboard. PCA always a threat to steal. And he goes there on the first pitch. They're not going to catch him. And that is a steal for PCA as he puts himself in scoring position. And again, you have to imagine every run will matter as the wild pitch gets PCA over to third. So just like that, it goes first to third in a matter of a few pitches. And now any kind of fly ball should score PCA. Or a hard grounder to the third base side of the infield, and PCA does indeed score on that. So nice job by Zimmerman knocking in the run despite getting an out. And that's just the base running by PCA, getting manufacturing runs there. As Coffee draws a walk, so this inning will continue with Santana coming up to bat. And he strikes out. But yeah, we want Crochet to throw as many pitches as possible early on. Try to get to their bullpen. Oh, Torias drives that one deep, but right at DeJesus. So Alcantara will face Nito. Should look up whether it's Nito or Neto. I should probably know, but ball four. So Reckley draws a walk there, and Bolivar will face Alcantara. But that grounder is handled by Kinney for the third out of the inning. And we're still up 1-0 as Volpe will bat next against Crochet. And takes strike 3. Martinez. Grounder to third and throw across the infield for the out there. So 2 down with Cooper Kinney up now. Kinney strikes out. Crochet has struck out 4 so far this game. And we do have a pitcher's duel on our hands, at least through 3. Only 1 hit one hit apiece for each team. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Morales does drop 1 in for their second hit into center field. Oh, that looks like it could be 2. They turn 1 and they turn 2. No problem. Nice job inducing the double play there. And yeah, get out of the inning without any damage done. DeJesus strikes out. PCA drives that one deep. Stays in the yard, but that'll be extra bases as he goes for second, sliding in. PCA has been basically our whole offense today, as he is standing in scoring position. Let's see if Zimmerman can knock him home again. No, he strikes out. Bailey, what can he do? A grounder to second, and that'll be the inning. Man. Yeah, so it's definitely a pitcher's duel here. Alcantara is still only at 53 pitches heading into the 5th. Oh, as Crawford drives that one, but right at Martinez. Torias. Strike 3. Nice job there by Alcantara. He's dealing. He's going head-to-head with Garrett Crochet here. This is why you get a veteran like Alcantara. Performing very well in these playoffs. Crochet starting to get tired at 88 pitches. Let's see if we can knock him out of this game here. And Santana hits one through to center field for a base hit. They will leave Crochet in at 89 pitches. Santana also definitely a threat to steal. And he does not go as Volpe hits that one to Crawford for the second out of the inning. And Martinez strikes out there. So the inning does end. And top of the order due up for the Dodgers. Oh, Alcantara hits him on the 0-2 pitch. That's rough. Okay. Reckley up next. Oh, this could be two. No. Coffee just throws to first. Neto will take second. I'll say it both ways so that one of these times I'll be right. And that's popped up to second. Alcantara, can he get out of this inning unscathed? He can. Nice job there. And Crochet comes back out with 96 pitches. All right. Yeah, Kinney will bat. And Kinney pops up. Crochet at 98 pitches. Let's make him pay here. So that's hit fairly well and does get down into left field. So DeJesus, you have to imagine, yes, that is the day for Crochet. 1 run, 4 hits, currently in line for the loss. Let's see if we can get some insurance runs here. Give Alcantara a bit of a cushion as PCA walks on 4 pitches. Nice job there. Zimmerman will bat. Strikes out. Zimmerman has gone a bit cold today. Patrick Bailey will bat, and he strikes out there. And that's the inning. Ooh, rough end of that inning. All right. But Alcantara, 82 pitches, a 1-run lead. Starting to get tired. I think we leave him, and if any kind of base runner reaches, he will be done. But otherwise, we're going to let him pitch the 7th here against the bottom of their order. It's a nice snag there by Volpe. 2 down, and O'Hop will step in. And that should be a pop-up. Still 1-0. Coffee's 0-for-1 today. Strike 3 on the full count. And Santana up next. Oh, and he gets hit on the 0-2 pitch. So Volpe bat next. Oh, they go for the pickoff at first. Santana definitely thinking about running here, and he goes. But no throw attempted. So Santana does get himself now into scoring position. Can Volpe knock him home? Yes, he can. That'll be down the line for extra bases. Santana will score. Volpe will head to second with a double, RBI double. That makes this 2-0 now. We need that extra run. That is very, very important. Martinez strikes out there. I think with that second run and a little bit of a cushion, we will indeed send Alcantara back out for the 8th inning. .87 pitches. I think he will face Crawford, he will face Tarias, and then that will be his day. As that's hit well and deep, but playable for PCA. 92 pitches. This will be his last batter. Let's see what he's got left in the tank here. All right. Yeah, I'm not at 97 pitches in the top of the order due up. I'm not taking any chances. Alcantara's day is done. He pitches another gem, 7 2/3 innings, 2 hits allowed, no earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Great game. Great game here. And we will go to, I think, Jackson Ferris to close this one out here. Yeah, we'll go to Ferris to get the last 4 outs. As Nito hits that one to third, and no issues for Coffee there. Let's see if we can get this, get some more insurance runs. Mr. Jesus hits that one to shallow right field. PCA up next. And that one falls in for a hit. So again, PCA staying hot today. That's another hit for him. And now we have Otanez in, and I think this is where we look to make a switch. With Zimmerman cold today, and yeah, we're going to go to Austin Wells off the bench with the man on. As PCA steals second there. Again, manufacturing stuff with his legs. Let's see if Wells can drive him in. PCA goes for third. So he steals second, he steals third. He's like Ricky Henderson out there on the base paths. And now any fly ball should score a run. And that one's deep. They may not need the base stealing antics by PCA there as Wells crushes one to make it 4-0. And he stays hot. And Bailey draws the walk there. Cutter Coffee hits that one to shallow center field. And Santana will bat with 2 outs. And that's hit decently well, but right at the center fielder, as that will be the last out of the inning. But we get some more insurance runs. It's 4-0 now. Ferris will stay in, even though it's no longer a save situation. He's only thrown 1 pitch. Let's see if he can get the last 3 outs. And there's out number 1 as Reckley strikes out. Bolivar, good against left-handed pitching, but Ferris is good as well. And PCA's defense also very good as he runs that one down. And they're down to their final out of the game as Erickson will step in. And strikes out. Nice job by Ferris there, getting the last 4 outs. And yeah, running fast. 3 stolen bases in a game. If PCA is not the player of the game, well, I was going to say, either PCA or Sandy Alcantara. That's, yeah, both of them had incredible games today. Yeah, PCA, 3 at-bats, 3 hits, 1 walk, 3 stolen bases, and then Alcantara goes 7 2/3 with no earned runs allowed, 97 pitches. Pitches a gem against Garrett Crochet, who had a good game, but not good enough to get the win, as, yeah, we tie this series up 1-1. Very nice stuff. And there's Chivo for us as PCA does PCA things. I mean, that's why you trade for him. I was curious to see, haven't done a check-in here to see what the guys that we traded for PCA are doing. As Chang Ho Cho is the biggest headline prospect in there. He's up to A+ ball, did well in A this season. Still looking quite good. Chase Petty, still pitching for the Cubs, had a 5.33 ERA. That's a little bit rough, but he's put together 1.5 solid seasons with them, and then this one was a little rough. Angelo Marin, still an A ball for them. Josh Noth, no longer on the team, and Craig Holman was the other big prospect, and he looks to be doing decent as well in A+ balls. So, you know, the Cubs, and then Ciani, who was the replacement, now playing for the Cardinals, signed with the Blue Raiders and then traded to the Cardinals at the deadline. So Nils Claus and Miguel Abrego. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, when you compare that to what PCA has done, though, I mean, that's just some incredible numbers there. 4.4 WAR in his last season, and then a 7.8 WAR this season, and 58 stolen bases. Yeah, I mean, we might need to think about locking him up long term. Yeah, but he won't even listen until he's in his last contract year. So, anyway, that was game number 2, and we are now tied 1-1. And even better news, we have our ace Gavin Jones coming back from injury. He will be pitching in game 3. Should be a good one. All right, heading into game 3 here in Los Angeles. Series tied 1-1. We'll have to see how things go, but should be a good one here. We've got our right-handed lineup today, so we got Wells, Martinez, Roman Anthony, Pete Crow Armstrong, Volpe, Brett Beatty at third, DeJesus at DH, Kinney at first, and Santana at short. And our pitcher is our ace, Gavin Jones, back from injury, ready to play game 3. And Roki Sasaki is who we're facing. Still going strong at age 30. ERA up a tad, but still put up a respectable 3.3 WAR on the season. Still quite a good pitcher. And yeah, they have their left-handed lineup today. Craig Erickson will bat in left field. Mookie Betts still at DH batting second. Moises Bolivar at first. Zach Neto. I know it's Neto now, not Nito. I did look that up. Remember to do that. Hugo Blanco gets his first start of the series in right field. Ryan Reckley at second. Emil Morales at third. He's been starting. So I think the only difference is we have Blanco in right field and Crawford stays in center. So, yeah, let's see how we do. Get into game number 3 here. And Wells will lead things off for us, and he's been probably our best hitter throughout the playoffs. Love to see him in that leadoff spot, and he does pop it up here as we start the game with harmless pop out. Yeah, Martinez will bat second. And he hits one to the gap. That should get down for extra bases as that ricochets off the wall, and does get played by their left fielder. Oh, he goes for 3, slides into third. And he's safe. Nice triple there by Martinez. So anything to the outfield by Anthony should score him here on a sac fly. And that gets into left field and not deep enough, unfortunately, for him to tag and score. So now we're looking for a hit by PCA to knock him in. Oh, not that kind of hit. Okay. PCA is on with a hit by pitch, and so Volpe will bat next. As the ball skips away, that's one way to advance the runner, as, Martinez takes advantage to score, and PCA puts himself in scoring position. So now Volpe holds up. No, he doesn't. That's strike 3. So the inning ends, but the wild pitch allows us to score 1, and we're on the board 1-0. It's Gavin Jones in his first game back from injury. Walks the leadoff batter. Okay. Don't love to see that, but he does induce what could be a double play, I was about to say, but Beatty drops it So the error allows Betts to get on. That's first and second now with nobody out, and Bolivar up to bat. And Bolivar hits one to the gap. That'll score at least one, probably two, as that'll be extra bases. They do hurry and get the ball back in. And Betts does stay at third, so it is just a 1-1. I was going to say, if he has to come out after just one inning of work, that would be brutal. But, yeah, Zach Neto will bat first and second, nobody out. And the ball skips away, and they score a run off a wild pitch. Not a great inning so far for Gavin Jones. He finally gets a strikeout for the first out of the inning. And that is carried to center field. Caught by PCA, but that ball's deep enough where the runner at third will tag and score, and it's now 3-1 as Reckley will bat. And that's playable for Volpe, but 3-run first inning, not ideal. Off of just one hit, but that error ends up being pretty costly. Yeah, Beatty will bat. Strikes out. And strikeout there for DeJesus. Cooper Kinney. Right to the shortstop. So that's a 1-2-3 inning. Still 3-1. And Morales gets that into center field. Man, so the leadoff man aboard again. Does strike out there. Hop the catcher, and Crawford batting lefty. Does hit that one, but playable for PCA as he makes a nice running catch. Okay. And Erickson will hit again, back around to the top of the order as that's hit deep, but gone. And that's a 5-1 ball game now. Man. Let's see if Jones can settle in here. The damage is done already. It's 5-1. Only 3 hits allowed too, but it's just been some poor luck here as Santana muscles that one into center field. Let's see if we can get one back here at least. As Santana takes off for second and does get himself into scoring position now with nobody out. And Wells walks, so now we have 2 aboard with nobody out. Let's see if we can get to Roki Sasaki here. Martinez strikes out. Anthony pops up the 3-1 pitch, and that is playable by the first baseman. No. Yeah, Bolivar playing first. All right, PCA. That one hangs up enough for the center fielder, so despite getting 2 on and nobody out, we do not score. Still 5-1. As Jones will step in to face Bolivar. And that's hit and dropped by Santana. Man, I don't know how many errors he's had in the playoffs so far, but it's more than you'd expect from someone with that caliber of defense at shortstop. And that's the second error of this game for our team. As Neto strikes out. And that's hit and carried to Anthony, but caught. Reckley strikes out. Okay, so Jones does get around the error there. Yeah, I feel like he's been let down a little bit by his defense today. I mean, obviously the home run's on him, but yeah, the error's killing me. Only 3 hits allowed, but that's it's been a big difference so far. As Batty will get on for DeJesus, and that's a diving stop by the shortstop Neto, and does get the out at first. So Beatty at second for Cooper Kinney, and Kinney walks. So innings still alive here for Santana, who did have a hit his first time up. Let's see if he can come through here. And that's hit fairly well, but playable to the center fielder Crawford, and we get out of the inning again without any runs scored. And man, okay, so Jones will bat here, or face Morales, and walks him. Second walk of the game. Let's see if he can get around that walk as... Oh, he goes for the steal, out by a mile. Nice job by Wells, gunning him down there. O'Hop will bat. O'Hop gets hit. Okay. So Jones's day might be coming to a close here shortly. He'll face the next two lefties for the lefty-lefty matchup, but then we'll have to see after that. PCA grabs that one, and this will probably be his last batter as he strikes out Erickson. So he ends up going 4 innings, but that'll be the day for him. And yeah, we'll have to see if we can get some more runs here to help him out, get him the no decision, as Wells helps his cause there with a single to center field. Martinez. Ooh, that could be 2 as they turn 1, but Wells slides in and prevents the double play. Roman Anthony. Let's see him hit one out of the park here. No, that looks like a double play. No, okay. Same situation, no relay, and they just get the out at second. And PCA will bat. PCA will walk. So, first and second, Sasaki at 85 pitches. Let's see if Volpe can knock him out of the game here. No, Volpe strikes out to end the inning. All right, and we will go to a right-handed pitcher to face the litany of righties up here in a 5-1 game. I think we go to our long reliever Tobias, who's been solid throughout the playoffs, despite coming in pretty low leverage situations. That continues here as he will face Betts, get the first out of the inning. Bolivar hits that one into right field, and that finds the gap for extra bases. Looks like a triple for Bolivar. Okay, so Neto will bat next. And he strikes out. Okay, that's an important strikeout to get. And Blanco bats, puts the ball into play, but that should be an easy throw to first for Tobias. And they, despite the triple, do not get any more runs. So let's see if we can get some runs here as Sasaki comes back out with 89 pitches. Let's see if we can make him pay here. Nope. That's an out to first. DeJesus works the walk there. I think we maybe look to manufacture a run here. DH. Let's see here. I think we could put in Shelley. We'd lose his defense if we do that. We'd lose DeJesus' offense too, which has been pretty solid. I think we just let him run for himself, down by 4 runs. And Kinney lifts that one over the head of the center fielder. And let's see if he can score from first on that one. He cannot. They do hold him at third, so let's see. Hopefully that's not the difference between a run and not. Santana strikes out. Man. Hunter Watson will pitch against Wells, so Sasaki's day is done. And, oh, the ball is dropped by Neto. So the error coming back to bite them as the runner does score. That's 5-2 now, as Martinez will bat against Watson. And muscles that one through into center field. So 2 runs in the inning now. And Wells goes for third and makes it in there. And that allows Martinez to go to second. So Anthony now up with the tying run in scoring position. And hits that one well, but right at the right fielder. And that's caught for the out. So make it a little closer. It's 5-3. Tobias, yeah, any friction here, and I think we might look to go with someone else, as that's hit right to Volpe, fired back to first, and he's safe. Okay. Runner tried to take off there, was not successful. And that's hit to the third baseman. They get it to second for 1. They turn it to first, and that is a double play. And they get out of the inning without any other runs scored. Nice job there. And PCA will bat. Strikes out there. Volpe 0 for 3 today. Let's see if he can get on the board with a hit. Hit to the third baseman. Long throw across, but does get Volpe successfully. He's got an 0 for 4 day today. And Mark Grosh will face Beatty, and this is where we look to make a sub against the lefty. Beatty will not bat. We're going to go with, I think, Grant. No, Grant has not done well in the playoffs so far. He's been much better against lefties throughout the season, so we're going with Grant. And Grant works a walk to keep the inning alive, so DeJesus up next. We kept him in for his bat. Can he come through here against the left-handed pitcher, Grosh? And he kissed that one to deep center field and off the wall. Grant, fairly speedy runner. Can he get home on that one? Grant is trying to score, and he does. So the double scores Grant from first base, and it is 5-4. We're inching our way back in this game as Cooper Kinney will bat next against Grosh. And Cooper Kinney hits it to the first base side, and that is the inning. But we draw a little bit closer. It's 5-4. And I think with that, we're going to bring in, well, Grant will stay in to play third, obviously. And then pitcher, I think it's time for Chris Bourgeois to come into the game with 2 lefties and Betts up. Next, Tobias provided some solid relief today. Did not allow any runs to score. Now we turn to the lefty. And Bourgeois gets the first out of the inning. And that one is through into center field for a base hit. And Betts will bat. Betts will strike out. So, 1 second here. Alright, sorry about that. Ended up having to take a little break here, so let's see where we were at. We had Bourgeois in at 14 pitches, going to face Bolivar. I think I was thinking about bringing in a different reliever. Bolivar is 3 for 2 today. I think we play the matchups here and play it safe against Bolivar and bring in Sieber in a one-run game. As Sieber does get the out there, so get out of it without any extra damage. And Santana will face Gerald Rosado. Santana is 1 for 3 today, but I think we might pinch hit here when we are in need of some offense. Although no one we have particularly hits righties well off the bench. Okay, let's just stick with Santana, I guess. Could maybe go with Zimmerman here, but his performance in the last game was not exactly encouraging, so we'll go with Santana. As Santana works a leadoff walk, so he is the tying run now at first base, and top of the order comes back up here, Austin Wells, and Santana looks to steal, and he does. So tying run now at second base. Let's see if Wells can get to Rosado here. Strikes out. So they are going for the 8-out save again with Rosado. Martinez hits that one, and that'll fall in for a hit into left field. As Santana goes for home, and they get him. Man, that was an aggressive send there. I don't know about that one. But still in this inning, as Anthony will face Rosado here and strike out. Man. So, still 5-4. Going into the bottom of the 8th, Neto, Blanco, Reckley up for the Dodgers. As Neto hits that one fairly deep but playable for Martinez. Blanco hits that one deep. That one looks like trouble potentially as it just gets out of the yard. 395 feet, so it is now 6-4. And Reckley will bat next. And he gets hit. Okay. Oh, as he charges the mound. In the World Series. Brawl in the World Series. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't think Sieber hit him on purpose there, but we need a new pitcher apparently. So, yeah, all right. And it will be Hudson, I think, in a close game in this situation. As that finds left field for a base hit. And first and second now with 1 out. Logan O'Hop. It's that one to center field. And this one rapidly falling apart here. As it's now 7-4. Man. Strikeout by Crawford, and let's see if we can get Erickson here. Yes, we can, but down to our last 3 outs, down by 3. PCA, Volpe, Grant due up with De Jesus if anyone gets on, as PCA grounds out to the first baseman. Volpe sends that one to third. Gonna be a tough play, but they do get the force out at first. Down to our last out now with Justin Grant up to bat. And Grant can't handle the heat. It's strike out. and that's the game, 7-4. Yeah, Jones with a rough outing today. 5 runs, 3 of them earned across 4 innings. Mostly good relief. Sieber does give up the home run. Otherwise was pretty effective. Hit a guy. Yeah. Reckley and Sieber were ejected in the 8th inning for igniting a benches clearing brawl. You don't see that in the World Series too often, I imagine. Um, yeah, I'll be interested to see if any suspensions come through for that in the World Series. Yeah, anyway, let's see. So we'll go to the next day. Oh, as my claim of Logan Redeman was approved. Okay, so cool. Um, yeah, so no suspensions, it looks like. So Sieber is available for today's game, as is Strapadopoulos, who will be our pitcher for game 4. Yeah, we got to come back and get the next one now that we're down in the series 2-1. Okay, take number 2 here. Just I'll probably end up just cutting the original. I don't know whether I'm going to leave it in or not, but the I played the first 2 innings or so of the last game, and even though Strapadopoulos was at 100% rest status, they started him in the fall league somehow in the middle of this game, and so he had thrown 120 pitches already today, and it was treating him as though he was completely gassed, and so he was falling apart immediately because he was pitching as if he had thrown 150 pitches already that day. So this fall league thing is just very frustrating. Hopefully with the settings I put in place, this shouldn't happen next year, but I did go through and manually remove him from the fall league roster today. So hopefully, this will be fine for today, but I don't know. It's frustrating. So yeah, the pitcher we're facing today is Corbin Burns. In case I don't end up using that previous footage, I don't think I will. I hate like resetting and doing stuff like that, but this is something that's kind of out of my control at the moment, and I'm not gonna let it ruin the World Series of this game. Like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Corbin Burns would be a tough pitcher to face. He gave up 0 earned runs across 7 innings in his last start. We do have TJ Strapadopoulos, who in his non-fall league starts has been great. Went 97 pitches, 5 1/3, only gave up 1 earned run in his last start, a blowout win against Texas. They have largely the same lineup today, I believe. We have Wells in at catcher, Anthony in left field, and Beatty in at third, and the rest of the lineup is largely the same. So let me press start game, and then I'm immediately going to check and see what. Okay, so I think we're good. I'll have to double check and see when Strapadopoulos starts pitching, because I did notice when he started pitching, instead of showing up like how Corbin Burns shows up, he showed up with stars next to his name, like he was being subbed into the game. So there's definitely weirdness going on with that. But anyway, yeah, Burns was pitching quite well in the other game across 2 innings. I think he had like 6 strikeouts. Just FYI, let's see if we can get to him early here. But it's just not. I'm not gonna go through the entire game with Strapadopoulos just being unavailable because of this fall league I don't even want. I guess it's a glitch. Like I don't know. It's just really weird setup. As Anthony hits that one far. Okay, so Anthony delivers with a 2-run homer. Um, yeah, put us up 2-0. And PCA strikes out. So things definitely going better against Burns to start. 2-run homer, put us up 2-0. Streptopoulos has pitched 2 1/3 innings today. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to try to do this. But it forces me to save the game if I do that. It's just crazy. Like, um, yeah, he's already at. See, he's at 25 pitches thrown for the day, despite being in the first inning. So we're gonna try to do this. Save game and leave. And reset player fatigue. Okay, and so now, hopefully, okay, Strapidopoulos has been reset to 0 pitches. Okay, and that's what we want. His stats are going to be weird, but he should be at 0 pitches for the day. All right. Let's hope that this is good. As he does induce the fly out in right field for out number 1. Ryan Reckley. And Bolivar. It's that one to Santana and throws out at first. So that's a 1-2-3 inning. And all right, I think we can finally settle into this game. It's, got me on edge a little bit where I'm like, can barely even talk about the game at hand when I'm thinking about, how to deal with this fall league thing. So drew a walk and then grounded into a double play there by DeJesus. So 2 outs with Cooper Kinney up. And Kinney strikes out. Okay, so it's minimum batters for them. We're still up 2-0. Streptopoulos still at 11 pitches. Okay, we should be good, I think. As Erickson hits that one fairly deep into left center field, and that one's gone. So just like that, it's 2-1 ball game. Can't blame that one on fatigue. That's just Streptopoulos making a mistake there, and Erickson making him pay. Mookie Betts pops that one up, and Volpe catches that for out number 1. Logan O'Hop. And that is grounded to Santana. Throw to first. No problem there. Out number 2. Torias will bat and strike out. So they get a run off the home run, but still have a 2-1 lead heading into the 3rd. Santana hits that one into center field, right at their center fielder Crawford. And Wells back up to the top of the order. It's that one also to Crawford. And Martinez will bat next. Hits it to the right side of the infield, throw to first, and no issues there. So that's a 1-2-3 inning for March there. And Crawford hits that one into left field for a base hit, so leadoff man is on. And Morales will bat next. And that one looks like potentially trouble. Yep. That is indeed trouble as Morales hits it out of the park. Dodgers take a 3-2 lead. Neto draws a walk, so Streptopoulos, a little bit of a rough inning here. As now he's at 22 pitches. pitches, 46. I don't even know. He's at yellow fatigue despite only pitching 22 pitches according to I think this is still somewhat legit, but this whole he's into orange fatigue now, saying he's thrown 50 pitches. I don't know what to do about this. It's messing this up again. I think we'll just go to another pitcher and continue because I don't know how to get around this. He's at 28 pitches and already at red fatigue, so we'll go to our bullpen. He's having a rough outing regardless, so I guess we go to Seaver and Ferris for the combined rest of the game. Follower as Seaver. All right. That's frustrating because I don't really know how to get around that. I tried manually setting it so that he was not starting for the fall league today, but it still affects his fatigue. I mean, you saw me go in and literally manually set his fatigue to 0. As PCA lays out and gets a diving catch on that one, but does score a run still off the sac fly. It's 4-2 now. As Santana, man, I don't know how many errors he's had in the playoffs so far, but it's rough. That couldn't have come at a worse time either. It's 5-2. And Anthony will bat. PCA up next. That one will drop in for a hit. As PCA goes for the steal, no throw attempted. So PCA does get the steal off there. And Volpe lines out to the left fielder Erickson. Beatty will bat next. And Beatty comes through with a base hit into center field. I have to imagine that's a send of PCA home. They do try to throw home, do not get him. Beatty doesn't advance off of that, though. Still, we draw a little bit closer. It's 5-3. And, DeJesus works a walk. So we have first and second now with nobody out, or 2 outs, and Kinney strikes out to end the inning. Still in this game, and Crawford hits it over to the third base side, and that's an out there. Morales strikes out there. Nice job. Neto back up to the top of the order. As that is a little flare, but catchable for Volpe, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. Nice job. Burns will face Santana here. And that is a base hit into center field. Nice job there. Leadoff man is on. Santana, definitely a threat to steal. Doesn't go there as Wells hits it right to Crawford for the first out of the inning. Martinez pops it up. And Roman Anthony facing Burns. Burns at 85 pitches and starting to get fatigued. And that one hangs up enough for Crawford there. So no more runs scored. Still 5-3 in this game. And we'll keep going with Sieber here. As he works the leadoff walk. Sieber now getting tired. Okay, so now I think we'll go to our other guy, Ferris. Well, let's go to Hudson first, actually, with Bolivar coming up. As Bolivar hits that one into the gap, into the seats, actually. Okay, so just like that, it's 7-3. This is what happens when you have to go to your bullpen in the third inning. Man, it's just frustrating. Okay, so it's 7-3. Burns still in the game at 90 pitches. And that looks like it might... Oh no, Crawford manages to make a running catch there as Volpe will bat. Volpe will strike out. And Burns at 97 pitches. This will probably be his last batter. And he does end the inning. So that is the inning there. It's still 7-3. We'll have Hudson pitch next. Strike 3. Crawford. Hit to left field. No issues there. And Morales. It's that one fairly well and deep and gone. Okay. Oh. Right. All right. Jackson Ferris, come on down. That ball squeaks through into left field. And Reckley pops out. So they get another run, and it's 8-3. And Yuki Matsui will come in to face DeJesus, Kenny Santana. Let's see if we can get to their bullpen here. And we can, at least a little bit, as DeJesus gets on as the leadoff man. Cooper Kinney batting next. And he hits that one shallow, but playable to first. Did not get the double play, so DeJesus at second now with Santana up to bat. Santana strikes out. And Wells facing Matsui, I think. Oh, Wells is 0 for 3 today. Yeah, we're going to have to pinch hit for him here. As Justin Grant is fatigued thanks to playing in the Fall League as well today. Patrick Bailey will bat for Wells. And that's hit fairly well, but playable for the center fielder Crawford. So it is still 8 to 3. All right, that's 2 quick outs there, and Mookie Betts will bat. And Mookie Betts lines out to Anthony. So 1-2-3 inning there for Ferris. Nice job. You got Martinez, Anthony, PCA. So Martinez will bat, then we'll pinch hit for Anthony. Assuming Matsui is still the pitcher. Oh, as there's a bobble there. Okay. Maybe that'll be the start of something here, as we will pinch hit for Anthony. Yeah, and it will be Justin Grant. Why not? He's tired, but whatever. He's pinch hitting, so. That is a fly out to Erickson. PCA will bat next. Strikes out. Yuki Matsui may have been hurt, and they have to take him out of the ball game. So the righty will face Justin Davis will face Volpe, and that's lined and to the wall. Okay, so that may score a run depending on how quickly Martinez runs, and he does score. So it's a RBI double. We're now down 8 to 4, and since we are facing a righty, Beatty will stay in to bat for himself here. And that hangs up enough where Tarias does grab it. So, yeah, we'll have Wade Shelley come in to play in the outfield. Martinez will move to left. Ferris will continue to pitch. Strike out there. Nice job. And that is into center field for a base hit. That should be a pop out to our shortstop, Santana. And Morales is 2 for 3 with 2 home runs today in the 9 spot. Does not get to us there, as we do get the ground ball out at shortstop to second base. All right. Last chance here in the 9th. Down by 4 runs. We have DeJesus, Kinney, Santana up, facing Otanez. And we work a leadoff walk here thanks to DeJesus. Kinney hits that one into center field, but shallow enough where Reckley can grab it. Santana hits that one. Oh, Bolivar. Right to Bolivar. Okay, so Bailey is the last chance here against Otanez. I might even pinch it for Bailey. I don't know who would catch for us, but you know, that's kind of a problem for the future, as Cutter Coffee will pinch it for Bailey. Oh, as the pitch skips away, we got to make it to the ninth inning before I worry about who would catch the ninth inning. So, yeah. I already know who would catch the ninth inning, but we got to get there first. And we will not get there as the out at first. Cooper Kinney has like a 40 at catching. So he would be our emergency catcher there. But yeah, just complete disaster of a game. Yeah, much of it out of my control. I mean, Strapadopoulos, he technically only goes a third of an inning. I mean, that's not even correct. He pitched more than a third of an inning, but it was weirdly interrupted by the fall league game and fatigue, and I don't really know how to judge that performance. I mean, Burns pitched a good game. We were forced to use a good chunk of our bullpen in this game. Just a frustrating game all around. And now we're down in the series 3-1, and we will have to win the next 3 in a row if we're going to win the World Series. So let's see what we can do here. All right, time to get into Game 5. We are down 3-1, which means this is an elimination game for us. Let's see. Let's see how we can do here. Last game was a bit of a disappointment. Hopefully this one will go better. Cutter Coffee. Let's see. I'm just trying to. Yeah, he's been ice cold across the last few games. But Justin Grant, courtesy of the Fall League, is tired thanks to playing 2 games in one day. Let's see. So I'm tempted to just I mean, he's been doing pretty bad too. Let's just start Cutter Coffee. Why not? Oh shoot. And Zimmerman was 0 for 3. That's right. So I forgot I rearranged my left-handed lineup here. And let's see, postseason versus lefties. Wade Shelley actually doing well against lefties. Okay, so Zimmerman. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and switch this back so that DeJesus is the DH, and we'll have Martinez in left field and Wade Shelley in right field. And Cutter Coffee at third. Okay, that looks fine. And Bello on the mound today. Got beat up a bit in his last outing. Hopefully this one goes better. He's fully rested. Let's see how it goes. Minhan Rowe threw 107 pitches in his last outing. Did pretty well. He's going to be tough to beat. But we have to win. It's an elimination game. So let's see how we do. Game number 5. Wind is blowing out to right. As Volpe hits one straight to the third baseman for the first out of the game. Martinez bats next. Strikes out. Cooper Kinney hits that one into left field, but playable for Erickson, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Bello will face Neto to lead off the game. Strikes out the first batter. Reckley will bat next. Hot grounder, but fielded by Coffee, no problem. And Bolivar will bat next. And up the middle, but playable for Volpe. So 3 up, 3 down for us as well. Yeah, DeJesus batting fourth. It's that one deep to right center, left center field, and gone. Nice job there by DeJesus. 395-foot homer to put us up 1-0. Let's see if PCA can get on with the hit here. He strikes out. Wade Shelley will bat next. He hits that one up the middle and through for a base hit. So Shelley on with 1 out, and Patrick Bailey will bat. Strikes out. Cutter Coffee. Let's see if he can get his first hit of the playoffs here. And he does not walk. He strikes out looking on a full count. So that's the inning, but we are up 1-0. Bello will face Erickson. And that's a little tapper down the first baseline. Easy play for Kinney. Betts will bat next, and that's easy play for PCA there. And Logan O'Hop will come up to bat now and strike out looking. Nice job. Another 1-2-3 inning for us there. Game's going quick as we're into the third. Santana strikes out. Back to the top of the order, Volpe. And that one should hang up enough for Erickson to grab it. It's the second out. Martinez right to their shortstop. That's Neto, and that's the inning. So not a lot of offense so far. Bello, nice job with the strikeout there. Crawford hits that one to first, and Kinney scoops it and steps on the bag. Morales delivers that one into left center field. That'll be extra bases as he slides in with a double. So 2-out double there. Let's see if we can get out of the inning without any damage here. Facing the top of the order, Neto back up to bat. Strikes out. Nice job there by Bello. So he is only allowed 1 hit through 3. And Kinney will bat next against Rowe. We'll hit that one into center field for a base hit. So leadoff man is on, and DeJesus hit a home run his last at bat. Let's see if he can do it again. No, in fact, that looks like they'll turn 2 off of that grounder to third base. And yeah, that's indeed what they do. So 2 outs in the inning for PCA, and fly ball to center field. That's playable for their center fielder Crawford, and yeah, that's still a 1-0 game. As Bello gets a tapper to the third base side. Coffee throws across the diamond and gets the out there. Bolivar will bat next, and threw for a base hit into center field, just past Santana there. So 1 on with 1 out, and Erickson up to bat. There's a little tapper to Volpe. Go to second for 1, and no throw. They will not turn 2 here. All right. Mookie Betts will come on with 1 on and 2 outs, and yeah, that's the inning. Pop out to Volpe. So Minhan Rowe at 68 pitches. We're into the 5th now. Both pitchers pitching well. Any offense we can get is going to be needed, I think, in this game. Yeah. Cutter Coffee. Let's see if he can get a hit here, as that is a nice catch by Crawford there. Leaping catch to rob Coffee of his first hit of the playoffs. Bello will face Logan O'Hop. He's at 56 pitches. And that gets through for a base hit into center field. All right, Tarias. As O'Hop goes, but Bailey guns him down. Nice job there. Bailey's got a good arm. Not maybe the best decision to run on him, especially when Tarias follows that up with a hit. So now Crawford will bat with one on. And that's right at Shelley for the second out of the inning. And Morales is 1 for 1 today. He's their hottest hitter, and they're batting him ninth, and he stays hot. It's an interesting decision. As tries to go first to third. Tarias is in safely. That allows Morales to get to second base. Neto will bat here with 2 on and 2 outs. And that's to Kinney for the third out of the inning. So we get out of it without any more damage. Still a 1-0 game. Minhan Rowe will face Santana. Santana grounds out to the second baseman. Volpe 0 for 2 today. Let's see if he can get his first hit of the game. And it doesn't look like it, as that'll hang up enough for Tarias to grab it. Martinez. That's a little flare into right field, and that'll drop in for a hit. So Martinez on now with 2 outs, and Cooper Kinney will bat. It's a hard grounder to the second baseman, but yeah, enough for the third out of the inning. Okay, Bello facing the middle of the order at 72 pitches. He's still going to go, obviously, but yeah, nice job there. Strike 3, so that's his 5th strikeout of the game. Bolivar next, and that's straight to Kitty for the second out. Bello goes from not tired to pretty tired almost immediately, so yeah, let's see how you can do here. And he gets the third out of the inning. So 6 strong innings by Bello. I'd love to get some insurance runs so I could leave him out there in the 7th, but I don't know. In a 1-0 ball game, we may have to go to our bullpen. Have 0 margin for error right now. Rowe takes it into the 7th, and he's at 93 pitches. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Rowe. Yeah. Still 1-0 though. And 84 pitches for Bello. The bottom half of the lineup's been cold. I think we leave him in. Any base runners, any traffic at all, I think he will sit, but right now, O'Hop, he will not face Morales, their hottest hitter, for sure. But let's see if he can get through the 7th here, as he's now at 92 pitches. There's a little grounder in front of the plate, and Bello throws over the first for the third out of the... Oh, no. Infield hit for Tarias. Okay, so Bello at 97 pitches. Okay. I think we will turn to our lefty here to get 1 out. Chris Bourgeois. As I said, 0 margin for error here, so we strike out. Nice job there. Okay, so Bourgeois may stay in to face Morales, but I'll likely go with a different pitcher to start the inning as Bailey Coffee Santana against Rowe. Coffee almost had his first hit the last time up. Let's see what he can do here. And he does find the outfield for this this time for his first base hit. He's trying to stretch it into 3. Pretty good throw, though. Oh, and he gets gunned down at third. Minhan Rowe still out there at 103 pitches. Let's see if we can make him pay. Nope. That's a strikeout. So, Bourgeois. Yeah, Morales is 2 for 2. So we're going to go with. Let me just make sure. What are Morales' splits here? He is worse against righties. Okay, so. But the bullpen is tired. So let's go with. Kirkering here. Yeah, and we'll go to someone who's tired if we need a clutch out, but Kirkering was our closer throughout the season. And Morales lifts that one, but playable for PCA. It's the first time he has not reached base today, I believe, as, yeah, they are batting the 400 hitter 9th in their lineup. Interesting decision, but, we're currently down 3-1 in the series, so who knows. Reckley will bat with 2 outs in the inning here. And that's lifted, but playable for Shelley. And that is all in the 8th. Let's see if we can get some insurance run here with Martinez, Volpe, Martinez, Kinney up against Otanez. And Volpe draws a leadoff walk. Nice job there. And he goes on that pitch. Throw is in, but safe. So Volpe getting himself into scoring position with no outs in the inning. And Martinez walks. So we have 2 on with nobody out. Let's see if we can get some insurance run here. That would be lovely. As Kinney lifts that one and it falls into right field for a base hit. With Volpe's speed, you have to imagine he'll score off of that. No, they hold him at third. Okay, so bases loaded, nobody out for DeJesus, who does have a home run in this game. Let's see what he can do here. Ooh, he strikes out. Man, he was going for the kill shot there. PCA, much better against righties than lefties. Strikes out there. Okay. Wade Shelley, I'd love to keep him in for his defense, but he is not good against righties. I think we pinch hit with Anthony here. As Anthony does successfully draw a walk to make it 2-0, give us a little bit of a cushion. And Bailey 0 for 3 today. We will pinch hit with Austin Wells here for him. See if Wells can do some damage. As he lifts that one into the gap for a base hit, he can indeed do some damage. That should be a bases clearing double for him. And he does go to third off of that as well. 3 RBIs, and it's now 5-0. Nice job there by our offense, getting those insurance runs. Oh, as he strikes out, but the ball gets away. strikeout and passed ball to score a run. You don't see that every day. Wow. And 6-0 now. As Santana will make the last out of the inning, but just like that, it goes from a nail biter to, yeah, it's no longer a nail biter. Kirkering will stay in to face the middle of the lineup. He's only thrown 11 pitches. And that's slicing, but stays fair for Martinez. Erickson. Walks. Mookie Betts will bat next. And he strikes out there. All right. Bats at 27 pitches. Oh, Hop, their last out. Last chance here. Strikes out to end the game. Nice job with the 8-out save there for Kirkering. And we're still in this series. It's 3-2 now. Yeah. Bello bounced back after a rough game. 6 hits allowed, but no earned runs. 6 strikeouts, 6 2/3. Rowe went 8 strong innings, only allowing 1 run, but that was the difference until our monster ninth. Getting 2 Otañas and Watson there. And then Bourgeois and Kirkering both did very well in relief. No hits allowed, 1 walk by Kirkering, but 3 strikeouts between the 2 of them. Very, very nice team effort there. Coffey does get his first hit of the playoffs there. DeJesus with a home run. Yeah, lots to like here. The pinch hitting worked out well in the 9th as well. Just very happy with that team performance there. So we will head back to Oakland for game 6 at the very least. And if we can win that one, it'll be a winner-take-all game 7. So, we just got to win 2 in a row at home. We've done that plenty of times this season before. We've got Sandy Alcantara, the veteran, going to go for us in game 6. I think I'm going to give Jones that extra day of rest. I was debating if I wanted, him or Jones. And also, let's go ahead and move Strapidopoulos will move to the bullpen as a potential option here as a reliever, and he will also be a stopper here potentially if needed for some dramatic situation. But we'll have Alcantara in game 6, and then Jones will pitch in game 7 if that occurs. So let's see how game 6 goes. Game number 6. So let's see how this one goes here. We've got our left-handed lineup in. I did mess with the order a little bit. Coffey, actually, after that 1-for-4 against lefties, has been decent in the playoffs. So he'll actually bat in the 5 spot despite that. Pretty small sample size. I kind of went with, season numbers and also playoff numbers, taking both into account here. So Shelley will get the start in right field again. He had a pretty decent game. We've got Alcantara on the mound. He pitched a gem in his last game, going 7 2/3 in a 4-0 win, giving up 0 earned runs, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. That's hopefully we can get something like that again today, especially since we are going up against Garrett Crochet, who I would say they have like 4 aces on their team, but he's one of them for sure. Hopefully we can get to him early, get to the bullpen. We'll have the most luck there, I think. So We need to win here. We're down 3-2 in the series, so either we win and force a game 7, or the Dodgers will be World Series champions. So yeah, let's see if we can get to game 7 here. And we are at home in Oakland. The hometown crowd. Let's see if they can lead us to victory here. And first ball does get put in play and booted by Volpe for an error. That's an auspicious way to start the game, as then it's followed up by a single into right field and another error at from Shelley. So 2 errors to start the game, and yeah, that's a hit and an error, and now we have second and third with nobody out. Oh my, that's not great. And then a walk to load the bases with nobody out, and Craig Erickson up to bat. Okay, and they are batting Morales 5th today. I know I made fun of them for that in the last game, and that ball gets through for a base hit. That'll score at least 1, probably 2. Looks like they do hold the runner at third, so it's 1-0. Just checked, Alcantara is not pitching in the Arizona Fall League today. Morales strikes out. Okay, so we do get 1 out here. Let's see if we can get Mookie Betts to ground into a double play. Keep this inning reasonable. Santana jumps and snags it, saving more runs from scoring. Now we have 2 outs. Logan O'Hoppe at the plate, and he hits that one, and it will fall into left field for a hit. So that scores 1. Scores 2. So it's 3-0 here in the first. Not an ideal start. But that ball, it should be playable for Volpe to end the inning. So not the greatest start in the world, but 3-0's not impossible to come back from. So here's hoping we can do just as much damage to Crochet as Volpe. And they commit an error on the first play of the game, and that should allow Volpe to go to second, and it does. So Volpe in scoring position now, as DeJesus will face Crochet here, and hits that one into left field for a base hit. Volpe rounding third, looks like he's going home. There is a play at the plate, and Volpe is safe, and that allows DeJesus to move to second, and it's 3-1. Nice job there by our opening 2 batters. Martinez hits that one into the corner for a base hit. That should score another run. So both pitchers getting hit early. And Martinez with a double there to make it 3-2, and still no outs in the inning for Wade Shelley. That will likely be an out, as Martinez goes over to third off that. If Cutter Coffee can get this one out of the infield, I imagine that will score a run, and he does, and that in fact gets to the wall for extra bases. So just like that, it's a brand new ball game. We've got a 3-3 tie, and Coffee at second with a double. So PCA will bat next. And that's hit to the second baseman for the second out of the inning. Coffee does go to third off that, so let's see if Bailey can knock him home and give us the lead here. And that does squeak through for a base hit, and Bailey comes through to give us a 4-3 lead in the first. Not exactly what I was expecting in this game here. 7 combined runs in the first inning. And Kinney keeps the inning going with a walk. So Garrett Crochet already at 29 pitches in the first. And Santana will keep the inning going with extra bases. That'll likely score at least 1 run, maybe 2. And yeah, Kinney is held at third. It's 5-3, and Volpe will come up to bat again. And he does strike out there to end the inning, but we bat around in the first and score 5 runs, making it 5-3. Very nice job there. Now let's see if Alcantara can settle in here in the second. Tough play. Infield single for Tarias. Ooh, all right, so leadoff man is aboard again, but that ball looks playable for Volpe. They get 1, and it looks like they successfully turn 2. All right, so just like that, 2 outs, and Reckley will bat. We needed that. Ooh, as that finds left field for a base hit. Bolivar. As the runner goes for the steal at second base, and Reckley does successfully steal. He has 70 steal, even with the pretty good arm from Bailey. He wasn't being caught there. And he's also not going to be caught on his way home after the double there will score another run. So it's 5-4. Yeah, man. This lineup is hot today. I'm hoping that Alcantara can settle down. I mean, we still do have the lead 5-4, but man, it's been rough going so far for Alcantara. As DeJesus stays hot with a single into left field. Martinez hit a double, I believe, his last time up. And that one looks like extra bases down the line. DeJesus not a particularly fast runner. No, it's actually just a single. A long single. Okay. So, first and second. Nobody out for Wade Shelley. Shelley strikes out here. Coffey will bat next. And Coffey works a walk. So, bases loaded again. And Crochet in a bit of trouble here in the second. Let's see if we can knock home some more runs. Oh, as PCA potentially grounding into a double play here. They do double up PCA, and that ends the inning. Dang, that looked promising, but PCA grounding into the double play. I thought about benching him in favor of Shelley today, but I mean, he just had such a good regular season, but has been not good against lefties in the playoffs at all. Alcantara, I want him to get through an inning here at 52 pitches. Let's see if he can settle in. As he does get that out, covering first, and Hop will bat. And strike out. So Alcantara does get a 1-2-3 inning here. First inning in which runners do not score, and it's still 5-4, and we'll see if we can do more damage to Crochet here in the third. As Bailey hits one right back to the mound, throw over to first, and that's an out to start the inning. Cooper Kinney strikes out on the full count there. Crochet at 70 pitches, so you have to imagine he's not going to go deep into this game, especially with the walk there to Santana. Let's see if Santana looks to steal with Volpe at the plate. And he does go. No throw. So, nice job there by Santana getting into scoring position, and let's see if Volpe can knock him home. No, Volpe strikes out to end the inning, but still up 5-4. Crawford. It's that one. Diving stop by Volpe. Nice job there. Volpe showing off his elite defense at second base. And there's our elite defender Santana, stopping that grounder from going through. 2 outs now in the inning. Neto. It's that one fairly deep into right field, but playable for Shelley. And that is another 1-2-3 inning. So Alcantara settling in a little bit here. Garrett Crochet starting to get tired. He's at 80 pitches. Let's see if DeJesus can knock him out of this game. And he gets his first out of the game, as he was previously 2 for 2. Martinez hits that one deep, and that one is not staying in the yard. Martinez with a solo shot. Nice insurance run there to add, as it is now 6 to 4, and that does knock Crochet out of the game. So Jake Thatcher comes in to pitch for them. And Shelley strikes out, and Cutter Coffee is 1 for 1 today. And he strikes out. So the inning is over, but we get an insurance run in the form of a solo shot, and Alcantara will come back out for the 5th. And that is hit hard, but Santana loses the handle. Yeah, that was not an error. That was an infield hit, and Reckley is a threat to steal. So let's see if we can hold him at first here. That is hit sharply to third, but not sharp enough to get the double play. So Reckley stands at second with 1 out here. Alcantara will face Erickson. And Alcantara walks Erickson. So, Morales is 0 for 2 today, but he is a hot hitter. Alcantara is starting to get tired at 84 pitches. We have 0 margin for error. I think this is his day here. Solid start. I'm tempted to go with our boy Strapadopoulos here to try and get a few innings out of him. I think that's the play. TJ Strapadopoulos will come into the game. A disastrous outing his last time, but that was more the fall league than anything else. So let's see how he does here against Morales. Strikes him out. Nice job there. Betts will bat with 2 outs and strike out there. TJ Strapadopoulos with 2 clutch outs here in Game 6 of the playoffs of the World Series. PCA stays ice cold as he is 0 for 3 in this game now. Bailey facing Thatcher. Works a walk. So Bailey on now for Cooper Kinney. As Kinney lofts that one into right field for a base hit. Bailey will stop at second, and just like that, it's first and second with 1 out. Santana 1 for 1 today. And that's going to be down the line for extra bases. Nice job there, as that'll score at least 1 run, maybe 2. Bailey, yeah. So Kinney holds at third. It's now 7 to 4 with Volpe up to bat, just 1 out. And Volpe works a walk, so it's bases loaded with 1 out. And DeJesus, who's been our best hitter throughout the playoffs, especially against left-handed pitching, 2 for 3 today. Let's see if he can do some damage. He does do some damage in a way. That is a walk to walk home another run. It's 8 to 4. Martinez hit a solo shot earlier, but doesn't do that here as he strikes out. Wade Shelley 0 for 3 today, but has hit lefties well throughout the season. Oh, strike 3. So not a good day at the plate for Wade Shelley, despite all the offense from the rest of our team. It is 8 to 4. Strapadopoulos will come back out to face the bottom of the order here. And induces the ground ball to Volpe. Nice job there. Crawford 0 for 2 today. 0 for 3 today. That's 3 Ks for Strapadopoulos. Make that 4Ks. That's some high definition strikeout potential there by him. 4Ks. 4Ks. All right. Coffee will bat against Thatcher here. Strikeout. PCA up again. See if he can get his first hit of the game here. And he can, as that falls into left or right field for a base hit. And righty now in for the Dodgers, and I think that's where we make a change as well to bring in Austin Wells to bat for Bailey. And PCA goes for the steal and gets it. His 80 stealing. He's always a threat on the base paths. As Wells stays hot, he's also been a hot hitter, but just not against left-handed pitching. As PCA goes for home, the throw is wide, and PCA scores another run. It's 9-4. As Kinney steps in, and that does find right field for a base hit. So 2 on, 1 out for Santana here. And that is hit, but right at the center fielder Crawford. So that'll be the second out of the inning. And Volpe will come up with 2 on, 2 out. And he works a walk to continue the inning here. So bases loaded and 2 outs for DeJesus, who worked a walk in his last at bat and hits that one fairly deep to right, to left center, but not deep enough as Erickson does pull it down. But we get another run. It's 9-4. Yeah. Nice showing by our offense here today. Strapadopoulos will stay in to pitch against Neto, Reckley, and Bolivar. He's been dealing, so we'll let him continue to deal. Nice strikeout there. Reckley works a walk. And Bolivar. I think this may be Strap's last batter. Oh, as Reckley, I think that's his second stolen base today. Manufactured a run earlier by doing that, but yeah, Bolivar puts that one into right field, and that will likely score a run to make it 9-5. And Bolivar tries to go to second there. Does successfully go to second with a double. So Erickson, the lefty, up next, and I think we go to a left-handed pitcher here to face him. Someone who's ideally good against righties as well, and I think that's going to be Jackson Ferris here in a, not a save situation, but definitely a situation where we want to stop any rallies from forming. So Ferris, nice job there by Santana, catching out number 2. And he will face Morales here. And Morales watches strike 3 go by, and Ferris gets out of the inning without any more damage done. Still 9-5. We've got Martinez, Shelley, Coffee up. I think if they keep the righty in, we will probably pinch hit for Shelley here, as that ball's fairly deep but playable for Torias. Mother Nature takes a home run away from Martinez, almost his second home run for today. And against the righty, Roman Anthony will come in for Shelley. And Anthony grounds out to the right side here. Cutter Coffee is 1 for 3 today, but hasn't hit righties well this season. Let's go with Brett Beatty, who's been good in the playoffs. And stays hot. That's a single to right field to keep the inning alive. At this point, trying to keep the inning going to force them to use more pitchers and, hopefully continue this series. So yeah, all right. Anyway, Beatty will come into play third. Anthony will go to left. Martinez shifts over to right, and Jackson Ferris will stay in to pitch, facing Mookie Betts. And Betts hits that one to left field, but playable for Anthony. Logan O'Hoppe hits that one deep-ish, but right at Anthony. And Crawford will bat. And again to Anthony, who gets all 3 outs of the inning there. So, still 9-5, heading into the bottom of the 8th. We got Wells, Kenny, Santana up. A huge string of lefties. You think that's where they'd probably use their left-handed relief pitcher, but, I don't pretend to know how the computer does their bullpen. Just like that, we've got 2 quick outs in the inning. And Santana will pitch. Will step in for the pitch. Santana will not pitch. He does hit that into right field for a base hit. So Tarias, just realized Tarias is playing right field with a 35 rating, and he's been there the entire game, I think. Interesting defensive decision there. And Volpe lifts that one deep to center field, but playable on the warning track for Crawford. And the Dodgers will head to the top of the 9th. It will be Tarias, Neto, Reckley due up. We'll stick with Ferris here unless he gets into any trouble. And he does walk the leadoff batter, so Neto will come in. Now that could be 2. They turn 1 and they turn 2. Nice job there. And Reckley is their last hope here. This will also be Ferris's last batter. Okay, yeah. So, well, yeah, we want to... No, actually, we'll stick with Ferris here. Well, let me see. Play the numbers and put a righty in. It is just for 1 batter, but we're not taking any chances here. We're going to go with let's do James Hudson for 1 batter. It's kind of a waste, but if he stays on, then we want someone in there who can handle it. And yep, that was a clutch at bat, and a nice job there. And we will force a deciding Game 7 in the World Series. Our offense was on fire today. I don't even know. Yeah, Martinez, player of the game. That makes sense. He was 3 for 5 with a home run and a double. Yeah, he was great today. Coffee was 1 for 3. Kinney was 2 for 4. DeJesus 2 for 4. Yeah, our offense. And Santana 3 for 4 today, and a walk. And Alcantara, he had those 2 errors in the first inning, so only 1 of his runs was earned. A bit of bad luck there for him. So I'd say a solid outing overall. Garrett Crochet, we got to him early and often, which is rare, but welcome here. And yeah, we hit Thatcher and Romero decent. Well, we got a lot of hits off of Romero. Didn't end up scoring any runs, but yeah, and didn't have to use a lot of bullpen arms. Ferris shut that one down pretty nicely. Hudson came in for the last batter. Um, so yeah, we have a pretty healthy bullpen as well going into game number 7. Winner will take all here in the World Series. We've got our ace on the mound, Gavin Jones. He was not ace-like in his last performance, but let's see if he can come through here. And yeah, we'll have to see. I'll have to check out the right-handed lineup, and we'll see if we make any adjustments here going into Game 7. All right, time to get into game number 7 here. Winner take all for the World Series. This is what you hope for as a neutral fan. As the manager here of the A's, I want to see if we can pull this one out, and tried to, arrange the lineup based on who's been hot in the playoffs, who's not. Volpe actually has not been great against right-handed pitching so far in the playoffs, but balance that out with his excellent regular season performance means he's still hitting 5th here today. Yeah, just our typical right-handed lineup. I don't think there's too much to note here. Gavin Jones got hit pretty hard. Not an ideal game in his last outing. 4 innings, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 84 pitches. Yeah, I hopefully he'll have an ace-like performance here today. Notable here is that we do have Bello available out of the bullpen today. He's at 53%. If he could come in a clutch situation, Ferris is at 60%. He could come in again. Hudson only faced 1 batter yesterday. He's fine to come in. The only ones who are not available, I'd say, are Alcantara after pitching 84 pitches yesterday, and Strapadopoulos, who's at 18%. He would be an emergency only type of situation. But with Gavin Jones on the mound, hopefully we don't need it. And we're facing Roki Sasaki, who, we did get the win against last time. He went 102 pitches and pitched a pretty good game. 3 runs, only 1 earned, 5 2/3. But, he's not unbeatable. And we gotta come through here in the clutch today. We got the home crowd at our back. Let's do this. Game 7. Winner take all for the World Series. 48 degrees in Oakland. That's a chilly day in California. As Jones strikes out the leadoff batter, Neto. And Betts will come up to bat and hits that one into center field, but playable for PCA. And Bolivar with 2 outs. It's that one into left field for a base hit, so they do get a man on with 2 outs here. And Blanco will hit. Blanco has not played in the last few games here for them. They're trying out something different after Torias has not been great in their last few games, I imagine. But Blanco, not much better so far, as he lofts that one straight to PCA, and no damage done in the first inning. So PCA will lead off the game for us. He's kind of the prototypical leadoff batter, very speedy, and perhaps that speed causes Reckley to try and rush the throw a little bit, and PCA aboard, and you imagine he would be looking to steal here. And he does get a good jump, and O'Hop does not even attempt to throw. So PCA puts himself in scoring position for Martinez. And Martinez draws a walk. So we have first and second here with nobody out, and Brett Beatty up to bat. Beatty strikes out. So first out of the inning, Wells is hot, stays hot. That'll fall into left field for a base hit. PCA with his speed. Oh no, they hold him. I'm surprised. Okay, so bases loaded and 1 out, and Volpe up to bat. Oh, and that's a tailor-made ground ball double play. This is why I would have liked to see the send on PCA there. But yeah, we get nothing with bases loaded. Unfortunate. Morales will bat against Jones, and Kinney takes that one to first himself. Erickson hits that one to Volpe. No issues there. Throws a little high, but no problem. As Reckley was a force on the base paths last game, but will not get a chance to do that here as he strikes out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Jones there. Kinney, oh, it's a dive by their second baseman, Reckley. Nice defense by him. DeJesus will bat. Strikes out. And Anthony will come up to bat here. And also strikes out. So Sasaki has 3 strikeouts already in this game. Jones will face O'Hop here. And that is playable for Santana. Throws across to first. Crawford. Lefty-lefty matchup. But Crawford gets the better of Jones there as he draws the walk. Definitely a threat to steal with Neto at the plate. But that looks like it could be a double play now. Volpe just goes to first with it. So Crawford standing at second base with 2 outs. Let's see if Jones can get out of the inning here with Betts up the plate. And he can. Nice job with the strikeout there to end the inning. And still 0-0 ball game. Now this is a pitcher's duel on our hands. Both teams just 1 hit for the game so far. Oh, as PCA gets hit. And we'll see if he looks to run here again. And he does. They do attempt the throw, and this time they get him. Good throw by O'Hop to nail him there. So 2 outs, and Martinez strikes out there. So, bit of a disappointing inning, but, you know, what can you do? Trying to make a play there. Bolivar hits that one into left field for a base hit. Every run, every base runner is important here. That looks like it could be 2 as they throw to second for 1. Not quick enough to get 2. Blanco not a fast runner though, so let's see if Morales can... Oh, Morales strikes out. Even better. Okay. Well, a double play would be better, but you know what I mean. Erickson pops up, and that is playable for Santana, and that ends the inning. So no damage done. Still a scoreless ball game here for Brett Beatty. And he hits that one into center field, but playable for Crawford. Wells is 1 for 1 today. And whoa, that ball just wildly curves in the air, but Morales catches it. And Volpe will come up to bat here with 2 outs. And again, to Neto. So still no offense to speak of in this game. Still a 0-0 game. Jones at 68 pitches. And that is to deep right, and Martinez gets it on the track. Jones steps in against O'Hop and strikes him out there. 5 strikeouts in the game for Gavin Jones. Crawford hits that one into left field for a base hit. So that is the Dodgers' 3rd hit of the game, as Neto will bat with 1 on and 2 outs, and that is hit right to Martinez. So, yeah, still nothing. Let's see who will break this tie first. It's not Cooper Kitty, as he lines out to Reckley. Jesus has some clutch hits in this series so far, but flies out to Blanco. Roman Anthony, the trade deadline acquisition. It flies out to the center field. Man, someone's going to be the hero here, and I don't know who it's going to be. Jones starting to get tired at 85 pitches. Oh, that makes me nervous with the middle of the order up here, but I mean, he's only allowed 3 hits today. I think we leave him in for now as he walks the leadoff batter. Okay, so maybe a batter too late, but Bolivar, we can't allow him to face Bolivar, as we're going to bring in, I think, Bello here in relief in the 6th inning. We're pulling out all the stops. It's game 7. As Bello walks Bolivar. Oh my. Okay, so first and second, nobody out. We are in trouble here as Blanco will come up to bat. Strikeout there. Clutch strikeout by Bello. Morales is hot and works a walk, so bases loaded with 1 out in the inning. No margin for error here as Craig Erickson will step in. And that is through for a base hit, and that'll score 1, maybe 2. It does score 2, so this is a 2-0 ball game now. Man, all right. Reckley still not out of the inning yet. Reckley strikes out. And O'Hop. It's Bello already tired at 24 pitches. I think we bring in... let's bring in Sieber. Maybe that should have been the play regardless. It's a little ground ball to short, and Santana throws to first, and O'Hop is out. So the Dodgers take the lead. It's 2-0, and Sasaki's still in the game. He's only at 61 pitches for the game. Wow, he's pitching an absolute gem here, and we need runs in a bad way. Santana trying his best to come through there, as that's a deep single. No, it's a double. All right. Santana, nice using his legs there to get himself into scoring position. And PCA will step in to face Sasaki here. Strikes out. Martinez, 0 for 1, works a walk. And we have 2 on, 1 out. Brett Beatty strikes out, and he's been cold today. Wells has been solid throughout the playoffs. Hits that one, but it's up enough to be caught by Crawford. And Sieber will face Crawford. Beto nets to start the 7th, as that sneaks through into right field for a base hit. So Neto, 0 for 3, but hits that one well. Nice job by Anthony getting that one, and first out of the inning. Betts strikes out there, and Bolivar hits that one, and it does find left field, so 2 on and 2 outs for Hugo Blanco. And hits that one, but that's playable for PCA for the last out of the inning. All right, 2-0 still. We need runs. We need them bad. Let's see if Volpe can be the hero here against Sasaki. Still going into the 7th. Still striking guys out. He's, pitching a gem, but starting to get tired at 85 pitches. Does induce the pop-up from Kinney. Reckley grabs that one to Jesus. Can we knock Sasaki out of this game? No, it's another strikeout. So we head to the 8th. Sieber will face Morales, and then I think maybe we bring in a lefty to face Erickson. Yeah, let's do that. Ferris is slightly tired. I think we'll look to him against Erickson. And Erickson does find center field there for a base hit. Reckley. Nice diving stop by Volpe there to save a hit. And Ferris will face O'Hop here. And O'Hop hits that one deep to left center field and gone. So that makes it 4-0 now, and it's not looking good here in the 8th. And Crawford works a walk. So I think Ferris, despite only throwing 8 pitches, I think we bring in Hudson here to face Neto with 2 outs. We have to stop the bleeding. And he does stop the bleeding, but it's 4-0, and we need runs. And Rosado in for the 8-out save. He's going to be tough to beat, but if we can get some hits, string them together, he'll get tired quickly. We'll see. Sasaki with an absolute gem. Anthony puts good contact on that, but right at the third baseman, Morales. Santana pops that one up. Maybe should have pinch hit for Santana there. As PCA grounds to second, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. So we are 3 outs away from losing the World Series here. Hudson will face Betts Bolivar Blanco. Strikeout there by Hudson. It should be a ground ball out for Bolivar and Blanco. Hits that one fairly deep into right center field, and that's off the wall for extra bases, as he will head into second there with a double. And Morales. Oh, and that ball gets away. So Wells will stride back to the plate, and it does this every time with the wild pitch. I have to wait for Wells to walk slowly back to home plate. Hudson will face Morales here. Let's see if he can get the strikeout. Oh, he can, but the ball gets away. Oh my. It's 5-0 and the inning continues. Okay. Man, all right. So Chris Bourgeois will come in to face Erickson. That's rough. Strikeout. Okay, so we need a miracle here in the ninth inning as Martinez, Beatty, Wells will bat. Martinez strikes out. Beatty 0 for 3 today. Let's go with the bench. See what maybe Justin Grant can do here. As he hits that one to the left center, but playable for Erickson. And just like that, we are down to our last out. And Austin Wells will step in to face Rosado. And he will strike out to end the game. So that is the series. LA comes out on top at a 7-game series. I mean, man, I can't be too upset about that one. Sasaki pitched an absolute gem. Who won World Series MVP? Doesn't say who won World Series MVP. I think bringing in Bello was maybe a mistake. Should have just gone with my typical Sieber Ferris bullpen, I think, even though Ferris gave up some runs. But just no one person responsible for the loss today. But Jones pitched a good game. I mean, just Sasaki was just better. And bats went cold. We only had 2 hits the entire game against Sasaki and Rosado. Both against Sasaki. Rosado came in and allowed no hits. Shut it down completely. Our bats just couldn't do anything today against that. And hard to win when you don't get any hits. We gave up 5 runs, but also didn't score any. So, I don't think that's necessarily on the pitching. I mean, still a very good season. We knew it was going to be a tough series. The Game 4 with Strapidopoulos still hurts. Falling victim to the fall league. I mean, that's a big what if. Considering that game, I mean, it was 8-4, but there was a bit of a comeback there at the end, I believe. We scored 1 run late, but a lot of that was runs that could have maybe been avoided if we didn't have to go to our bullpen so early. I don't know. Maybe that was a game we were losing regardless, but in a 7-game series, there's lots of what ifs you can wonder about. The fact that we did battle back and make it a 7-game series is noteworthy. As Morales gets World Series MVP, I don't blame them there. He was not good in the last 2 games of the series, but he was definitely clutch in the first few. I think he had 1 game with 2 home runs. The game they won 8-4. That game we were just looking at, he had 2 home runs and basically single-handedly won them that game. I mean, this was a good team, and I can't be mad losing to that. Let's go ahead and go to the off season here, and I kind of give a summary of the season overall, and look to see what decisions need to be made here. As I think my assistant GM is the only. I don't ever bother renewing their contracts. It's just a waste of money if you're also being the GM of your team. Kirk Green will likely be back. He pitched well enough to come back for $3.5 million. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do that right now before I forget. Yeah, and let's see here. Arbitration. Have a lot of arbitration eligible players. Logan Redeman we picked up off of waivers. I'll need to decide if he's worth um, paying for an arbitration. He probably is. Yeah, a lot of interesting decisions. Brian Bello, who we acquired from Pittsburgh, was kind of mediocre for us due to be a free agent. Alcantara was great for us, though. He wants to come back, but also wants more money to come back. So I'll need to see what that means for his future with the team. Gavin Jones has maybe pitched his way to an extension here. Jackson Ferris, I mean, in the stopper role, excelled this year. Played in 82 games. Bello with another solid season. That's his second in a row. And I mean, yeah, I like that there's a few of these guys still hanging around from the expansion draft. Bello and Ferris. Cooper Kinney is another one, I believe. Oh no, he was a minor league signing in the first season. Coffey was an expansion draft pick, though. Connor Griffin was a Rule 5 pick. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting offseason. We'll have to see what we can do to make this team better, or at least keep this team the same. I don't know how much better we can actually get. We won 97 games last year. But yeah, I mean, want to keep being competitive, keep competing. If you look at our pitching, our starting five, Strapidopoulos, after coming back up at the end of the year, pitched great, pitched well in the playoffs when he wasn't in the fall league. 1 second. All right, not sure how much of this will make it in, but Strapidopoulos pitched well when he wasn't playing in the fall league, I think was the last thing I said. And yeah, he deserves a chance to be in the rotation next year. Alcantara, I still don't know whether I'm going to bring him back or not. Will probably depend on what our budget looks like. I mean, we have a pretty similar, actually the same budget as last year. Player expenses are going up a bit. Oh man, we're still paying Nick Kurtz too. Forgot about Nick Kurtz with his 1.5 WAR in AAA. We'll have to see if maybe we can move him for some salary relief. A lot of guys arbitration eligible, getting paid some money here. Still paying Snelling as well. And he, Diego Lopez was a guy that came on strong at the end of the year too. He didn't pitch well in his limited time in the majors, but he shows potential. Snelling, Bello, Mantiply made our playoff roster. It did not pitch at all in the playoffs because I never needed just one batter lefty specialist, and that's pretty much the role he was in. Danny Aguilar was a Rule 5 pick who did okay. Justin Grant, good looking prospect who ended the year pretty well, did okay in the playoffs for us. He looks to slot in somewhere in this roster next year. Gerald Zimmerman should be competing for time as well. And should note too, PCA's excellent season. I mean, I think extending PCA, we'll need to wait until, I think, free agency, when it will technically enter his last year, and then we can look and see what kind of offers he wants. It's going to be a lot of money, but I think he probably deserves to get locked down after an MVP caliber season. He's not going to win MVP this year because Josh Spidell went absolutely insane with an OPS over 1,000. If he doesn't win MVP, I don't even know what would qualify. But yeah, he's and he's 23, by the way. He's just put up 17 WAR in his first three major league seasons at age 23. Absolutely insane. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I can't be too mad about the season. Disappointing ending for sure, but you know, I like I said, I'm happy we even forced a game seven. I am looking forward to next season. I think gives us something to strive for. I think I finally fixed the fall league, so it shouldn't be interfering with my playoffs anymore. Hopefully, and yeah, lots of young players too that are up and coming, like Aguilar, who did fairly well in AAA. Adam Rath did well in AA and ended the year at AAA. Was a second round pick. Yeah, Colson got hurt. I forgot about that. Still out for 6 to 7 months, so he will miss the start of next season too. Phil Feldman was our first round pick in 2031. He's at A+ to start next year. Rivera was a scouting discovery who's looking quite good. Yeah, in fact, let's see what they rank our prospect or our minor league system 25th out of 32. Tsutsumi, starting to fall off a little bit. They still rate him as a 5-star potential player. My scout is a little lower on him. Eddie Rainville, yeah, he did gain a little bit of control potential. That's interesting. 40 is like the minimum I would want from him. Yeah, he's getting there. He's got a chance to be a big league player. Danny Sanchez, Uribe, who we drafted in the first round. I think he was a first round supplemental pick. Aguilar, Zimmerman, yeah, lots of Dupuis at AA, end of the year at AA. Yeah, just a very solid season. Very yeah, lots of interesting young names to watch, lots of interesting big league names to watch. Yeah, we'll have to see how the next season goes, and I don't know in terms of, are there big name free agents to go for. Roki Sasaki, who just beat us in the playoffs, will be a free agent potentially. Grayson Rodriguez, Noelvi Marte, Skubal is one that's interesting. He is 35, but still pitching well. Yeah, we're not signing Harris with PCA available. Adel Amador has played well for the Stars, claimed on waivers from Philly. Atencio has played well for the Mariners. All right, so yeah, we can get into this in the off-season episode, which will be the next episode. Thanks again for watching. Sorry that we didn't come out on top in the World Series there, but that just means this series will continue as something to strive for. Usually I play saves until at least I've reached the World Series. With this one, I don't know if I'll go for multiple or how long it will take to even get to win a World Series, but we're close. I mean, you saw it firsthand there. We took it about as close as we could possibly get without actually winning. So, yeah, to keep tuning in, see if we can make it to the promised land and be World Series champions in 2033. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you soon.